I am.
Hi, I'm Kaylyn.
Hi, Kaylyn.
I'm the social worker here in the hospital.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Doing okay?
A little stressed out.
Yeah. Well, being in the hospital is never really fun, is it?
No, I definitely don't like being in here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
Yeah.
So before we get started, I just want to talk to you a little bit about confidentiality. Anything you say to me, stays between us. It's confidential. Doctors, nurses, they won't hear about this, okay?
Okay.
All right. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Well, it actually started about 5 years back. My husband, just one day at work, he started getting really ill, and we had thought it was the flu. And after about a week time, we decided to go into the hospital because it got to the point where he couldn't keep anything down, throwing up all the time. Got to the point where he couldn't get out of bed. And so we went into the hospital and they immediately put him on IV fluids, and we had to go see a couple specialists because they didn't know what necessarily was wrong with him. And finally, by the second or third doctor that we had seen, they had told us that his kidney was failing.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, what kind of brings us here today.
Wow, that must be really hard on you.
It's definitely stressful, especially with the whole family and all the kids and me. It's been a tough time.
How long have you guys been married for?
We've been married now for about 13 years.
13 years. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I had to think about that one for a second, but yeah.
Understandable. All right, and you said you have kids?
I do. I actually have 3 kids.
3 kids.
The youngest is 6, and his name is Chad. And then we have a middle one that's 12, and her name is Tina. And then the oldest is actually 16. Just got like 17. And he is Justin. Yeah.
I bet that was exciting. Nervous for you when he got his license?
Yeah, and then he wanted to take Mom and Dad's vehicle.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're just praying to get that back?
Yes, definitely.
Back in one piece?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Alright. So they all go to school back. Where are you from originally?
I'm actually from about 6 hours away from here.
Okay.
Rochester.
Okay.
And so it was quite a drive here.
Yeah, 6
especially
hours.
with the 3 kids in the vehicle too. And so it's been kind of hard getting back and forth with them to school and me here and my job, and stuff just keeps adding up, and the finances. It's just I feel like my head's gonna explode pretty soon.
So how is that going with the kids and being in school, and do they have somebody to stay with back at home? Or?
They have a grandma that they stay with. She can't always stay with them, so that's where it kind of gets hard for me, because then I kind of have to scramble and try to find somebody. And I have a couple of sisters back home. Some live, well, one actually lives about 45 minutes away. The other one lives the other way about another hour and a half. So it's not too bad, but it's kind of stressful on their lives too to have to go out of their way. But they've been trying to do the best that they can to help with the family.
Well, that's good. It's nice that you have some support there.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great support.
Okay. Are the kids in any activities, school-wise or sports?
The oldest is in football, and then the middle, Tina, she actually just started volleyball camp. The youngest, not quite yet.
Pretty young yet.
I don't think he really knows what he wants to do yet. So.
Sure. Well, that all sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard on them.
It is. I've had lots of questions asked, like what's going on with Dad, and it's hard to explain to them everything that's going on, but I try to do the best I can, and I think the 2 older ones kind of understand what's going on, but the youngest one's still having a hard time with kind of dealing with the concept of everything that's going on. So.
Right, that's understandable at that age.
Yeah,
very young.
He definitely doesn't have a whole bit of everything. So. Yeah, but we do have we did actually hook up with the counselor back home for the family.
Nice.
The youngest goes by himself, of course, to do like the play activity kind of therapy,
Sure.
and then we do have though the rest of us all as a family go together. So it's nice. It does help a little bit with stress, but you know there's still that stress there that just doesn't go away for any of us.
How has that helped your communication? Or
It's made us closer. You know, I
Yeah.
personally, I appreciate it so much more in life. You know, and the other kids, they just, it seems like they help out a lot more around the house. Um, More respectful. You know, they're always asking about how's dad, how's dad, how's dad. So it's nice to see that they are that caring. You know, and family definitely came together with this whole situation. So
well, I'm glad that you've seen some positive come out of it
yeah,
this time.
me too.
So tell me a little bit about your husband. Like, where did he work before? What does he like to do?
My husband, he worked on the oil rigs for about 20 years now. So, you know, he was gone quite a bit. We didn't always get to see him. He would be gone.
All right, Kayla. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what your husband does?
Well, my husband's worked on the oil rigs for the last 20 years.
Okay.
He works about 15 days on, 15 days off, so it's kind of balanced to get him home for a long period of time, but he also is gone for a long period of time. He's involved in a golf league with his buddies.
Okay.
He also is an active community member. He is on the township board.
Wow.
So, yeah, he definitely likes to give to his community. Very involved. And he's very involved in playing football with the oldest, Justin, and of course not so much volleyball with the middle, Tina, but no, yeah, he's a really good dad.
Good. Good to hear. What do you do?
I'm a nurse.
Okay.
I've been a nurse now for about 5 years, RN at the Mayo Clinic. I also am on the town board meeting with my husband, so we get to share that together. Also, I am involved in a bowling league with my girlfriends. So other than that, I'm just pretty much taking my kids to their events and trying to keep on top of the household chores and all that. So.
How has it affected you being in the nursing, scene and then being here?
It's really tough because it's like a whole nother perspective. You know,
Sure.
you know it's bad. You know, probably to anybody, it looks bad. But then when you know the biological, like what's actually going on, I can mentally picture what's going on, and it's tough, very tough to see that. And yeah, definitely.
All right. So you said you have 3 kids. They're 6, 12, and 16. Fun ages.
Yes.
And then you said your husband works in the oil rigs. And you said that he started having health concerns about 5 years back.
Yes.
So it must be a difficult 5 years for you.
It has been very long and stressful, and it's just been gradually getting worse. So,
Sure.
but we deal with it as it comes.
All right. Have the kids been able? You said they've been traveling back and forth a little bit. Have they been able to spend much time with their dad, seeing him?
They have, not recently, just because they've been getting behind in school so much that they had to kind of pick or choose here. That's why I was kind of debating about maybe temporarily having them move down here and go to school here. But they were up here actually last week for a couple of days, but then they had to go back, of course.
Sure.
But they've definitely been here quite a bit with their dad, but not probably as much as they would like to have been. So.
Sure. That must be really tough on them.
Oh, it is, yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, the nurse did call me and asked to meet with you. She said that you mentioned something with her about wanting to meet with a social worker, so.
Yeah, I guess I was told by some friends, kind of through the phone, that you could get certain help with resources. I don't know, I guess, what available resources there are. I do know that I'm financially strained right now with the commuting back and forth, eating, places to stay, since I'm the only one bringing in the only income right now with him in his position, it's difficult. So I guess I'm just wondering what my available options are.
All right. Well, there's a couple options I have for you. I will need to get in touch with a couple people in the hospital here before I can guarantee you these. But we do have a program where I can set you up with a hotel stay that is a week-by-week basis. So what it is it's here in town. We have like 5 or 8 different hotels in town. We're connected with about 3 of them. So we pay for your hotel stay. It's a fairly simple process for you. You just go check in, tell them your name. They have you on a list, already approved. They have your room number, already planned out everything. So you'll have that. We pay for that week by week. If you decide that you want to stay up here and rent an apartment, you talked about moving your kids up here, maybe. So then we can just stop that, or we can continue on as you need. We can also, we have a meal plan here. It's in the hospital, so you can get 2 meals a day. You can do like breakfast and dinner, or lunch and dinner, however you plan to do that. It's your choice. That's a simple process as well. I get in touch with the cafeteria. I put your name on a list. They have a name. I think there's a few pages of names on there. But they will have your name on the list. You go down there, check out your food, they'll scan you. I think they ask for your name and they just highlight that you were there. So then that's all taken care of. Anything more than that, it's you'll have to take care of.
Okay. Would my kids be able to go down there and eat too?
Your kids are on the list as well. Just you and your kids. Any other relatives are not on the list.
Okay.
Okay? We also have a support group here. Each floor has a support group designed for that floor. So yours meets on, I think it's Tuesday afternoons. Your nurse has more information on it, but it's more emotional support. Other families you may see in there, they just talk about what has happened, what they're expecting to come. They'll probably talk about how long they've been in the hospital, how much of a process it has been, both financially, emotionally, and, your family is welcome to go with you. You can go by yourself. You don't have to go at all. It's really your choice. It's up to you. It's an option that's there if you want to feel connected with others that are in kind of the same position that you are. You can do that as well.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, I will need to get in touch with a couple other people to set up that hotel stay and the meal plans.
Okay.
If you have more questions about the support group, your nurse knows all about it. I think they have a sheet hanging up in your room, so you can look on that or just ask them any questions you want. They'll know.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So I will get back in touch with you later on this evening and let you know what we found out, which hotel that you'll be staying at, so then we can get you there, get you settled in a little bit more.
Okay.
And then we will meet week by week after that. So I'll be meeting with you again next week to see how things have been going and if we need to continue on, what we need to change, and we'll keep going week by week.
Okay, sounds good. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope everything goes well with your husband.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.